Hi, everyone. I hope you are well. This is Daisy here again. I'm here to discuss on this episode the Amazon rainforest and why it is going to be a game changer for us both environmentally, socially, and spiritually. This is one of the most horrific acts of white supremacy, capitalism, and greed that has happened on this planet, let's say within the past 20 to 30 years. It's right up there with what's happening at the border crisis, what's happening in China right now with the extermination of Muslim folks, what's happening in Yemen right now with the deliberate starving of refugees, and what's happening in Syria right now. So what we have to understand first and foremost with this Amazon issue is that this has nothing to do with climate change and every single last thing to do with the greed, sociopathic delusions, and narcissism of white men in positions of power. And for those of you who feel like, oh, well, I'm race baiting and this is not about just race and da-da-da-da-da, get the fuck off this channel right now because you're going to be upset. It has everything to do with whiteness, white supremacy, white greed, and the lack of accountability for white men in positions of power globally, okay? So the current president of Brazil, Bolsonaro, who is a known fascist, before he was even elected into office, stated that he will roll back protections for the Amazon and the indigenous people and level the Amazon so that they can begin extracting oil and farming cattle for them to generate income. Is this income that's going to be going to, the citizens of Brazil, to their GDP and boost their economy? No, it's going to his friends who run cattle farms, who run oil rigs, who run real estate development, etc. Bolsonaro himself, matter of fact, this man actually lives right next door to the individual who's the primary suspect for the death and assassination of Maria Franco, who was the only Black woman on the Rio de Janeiro, which is one of the biggest cities, and I believe it's the capital of Brazil. One of the only Black women on their 52-seat city council, assassinated in cold blood, 4 bullets to the head. That is his next door neighbor, okay? This man, we think that Donald Trump is a problem. You guys have not seen anything yet. But let us understand that Brazil is a canary by the mine, because eventually you see what is happening there is what is going to be happening here. Trust and believe. Now, when we're talking about the Amazon, you have to understand that the Amazon rainforest is one of the oldest rainforests on this earth. Oldest. Think about that. Think about the plant medicine that's in this rainforest that has now been destroyed. Think about the animals and the wildlife, the 3 million species that have been destroyed. Think of the 1 million indigenous people. Think of the different tribes who have survived living in the Amazon all of these years. Think of all the memories in that rainforest. Think of all the blood, sweat, tears, rituals, ceremonies, children born, elders dying, love created in that rainforest. The Amazon is one of the most spiritual places on this planet. That is why this situation is so dire. Not only is the Amazon also responsible for 20% of the Earth's oxygen, it is also home for some of the rarest forms of plant medicine that can reverse illnesses such as HIV, herpes, mental illness, schizophrenia, and it's been documented. The Amazon is a spiritual vortex. And what is a spiritual vortex? It's a gateway, it's a portal. They just destroyed and lowered the entire vibration of the earth. those of us who are tapped into the earth consciousness and can feel what's going on underneath us, we can feel the earthquakes coming, we can feel the stress, all of that, understand how disastrous this situation is. I don't think people really understand. And then for us as a community to be arguing about fucking chicken sandwiches, who's buying football teams? How are you serious? Seriously ask yourself, are you honestly serious right now? Given the disaster that has just happened on this planet. Again, when we're talking about the Amazon being a spiritual center and grounding force and vortex on this planet, all of that energy has now been destroyed. Now think about this. All of the individuals who cast a ballot, who wrote their name on a piece of paper, yes, I'm voting for Bolsonaro, okay? All of the different companies and individuals who are part of this whole plan, all of the people who decided to light those flames and set that fire, what they have done is not only did they unleash the spirits that are living in that rainforest, the spirits of the indigenous people that have passed, the spirits of the plant spirits, the spirits of the tree spirits, the spirits of the animals, they have unleashed all of that onto themselves in the form of bad karma. We are talking about something that is beyond our understanding what has just happened. All of those individuals who are a part of putting this man in a position of power, supporting this madness that's happening, spreading propaganda and lies about the Amazon and how the fire really started, all of those individuals are going to have hell to pay. You are not understanding what just happened here. When I'm saying generational curses, it's not going to take long for us to see who was responsible for this. And it's not going to take long for the karma to come, because we're talking about energy that has been sitting for thousands of years that has now been unleashed. Hellfire. Pandora's box has officially been opened. And for those of you who are not spiritually grounded and spiritually sound, I will really encourage you to start getting into a meditative practice and a practice of protecting yourself, learning how to protect yourself energetically, because the energy that is about to be unleashed because of this is going to be very serious. And for some of you who've watched my videos before, you can hear the tone in my voice. I'm channeling from a higher dimension. I am being told by the ancestors right now that they are already at work. Judgment has already been passed. The minute that that fire was set, judgment has already been passed. So whether or not you believe in karma, that's not even, it's neither here nor there, because that has nothing to do with you. It doesn't care if you believe in it or not. We're talking about something that has more power than all of us on this planet combined, times 3,000, times 1 million, times infinity. We are talking about the Amazon being a portal between dimensions, and they burned it down for cattle grazing and oil extraction. Can you imagine the wrath that is about to befall us? I don't think so. Because if we were seriously understanding what was happening, we will be in constant prayer. There are so many of us across the world who are in deep prayer right now about this situation, because we understand what's about to happen next. So for those of you who are on social media playing around, who are not taking shit that's happening right now seriously, if this situation did not let you know that it's over, this is the signal, the canary by the mine. This is the sign to get your shit together, to start doing that deep spiritual work on yourself and to become clear. If this is not a sign to do that, then you have already lost. You're already done. Case closed. But that's the power of white supremacy and whiteness. It gets you to buy into your own demise. It gets you to buy into your own destruction. It gets you to kill yourself and your people in the name of capitalism. I sincerely, honestly, and truly hope that you guys are waking up to the reality of what we're dealing with, because this is just the beginning. There is going to be hell to pay like we have never seen before. And if you think just because these people look normal, they walk around like humans, they talk, eat, and shit like humans, these people are not humans. They are demons. And you guys know I'm not religious, but when I'm talking about demons, I'm talking about very lower vibrational entities whose whole operation in business is to create pain, suffering, havoc, and chaos, because that is how they live and how they eat. Some of us, the way in which we survive and we sustain ourselves is through joy, through family, through community, by being of service. Other people, the way that they survive is by creating pain, creating havoc, rape, stealing, pillaging, murder. That's how they live. Understand that. So for you, and I understand this, the ancestors are also all telling me they didn't think this through. Of course they didn't think this through. Of course they didn't think this through, because something would have told you, should I set on fire a rainforest that is known for hosting indigenous medicine that is powerful beyond measure, that has been researched all across the world? Should I burn down a rainforest that contains shamans that transcend both this material world and the spiritual world? Should I burn down a rainforest that contains animals that we will never again see on this planet, so that I can feed cows, so that I can make fucking hamburgers, and so that I can pump oil to put into cars that will create more carbon emissions? Because you think that this smoke is not going to create more damage in the atmosphere? You are sadly mistaken. Sadly. What has just happened will change the world forever. And we are barely scratching the surface of the damage that has been caused here, because we don't understand the ripple effect. So especially all of y'all that like to do psychedelics and go to Burning Man and Love and Light, go take your ass down to Brazil and go stand in solidarity with those indigenous folks and block those tractors. Block them from developing their farms. Cause hell. All of us who sitting running our mouth talking about some Popeye's chicken sandwiches and other stuff that has nothing to do with what's going on this planet right now, presidential elections that have nothing, absolutely no weight and nothing to do with what's happening right now, go down there and be in solidarity for something that actually matters. And the messages that I'm getting from the ancestors about this situation, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Because what I'm hearing from the ancestors, the messages that I'm getting, is that if you are not doing your spiritual work, and if you are not actively deprogramming from distractions, and you are not actively tuning into the earth consciousness and vibrations, you are about to be demoted, okay? She's here. The Earth Mother is here. And she's not happy about what is happening. And you also have to understand, because the earth feeds us, she's not stupid. She's very much aware about what's going on. And she is going to stop reproducing. She is going to stop dealing with us, because we have not at all learned our lesson. These institutions are going to fall. Brazil, give it a year or two. This 2020 transit, Saturn going to Aquarius, give it some time. Just give it 1 year. We are going to see exactly the repercussions of disrespecting the sacred. And with that, I am done.